Michelle Obama, the first African-American First Lady and wife of the 44th United States President, a trained lawyer, a best-selling author, a philanthropist, a mother, a role model. There is no doubt that Mrs. Obama is an amazing woman and will be remembered as an influential figure in history. But what if she was president? Hello and welcome back to Life's Biggest Questions, the channel that loves a deep dive into all topics great and small. I'm your host, Rebecca Felgate, and I am asking, what if Michelle Obama was president? I feel like this question has got a lot of tongues wagging since Barack Obama tagged out and Donald Trump tagged in. And as the candidates for the presidential race of 2020 are soon to be revealed, let's just entertain this for a second. Before we get into this video though, I want to ask you guys what country you live in and how many times you have voted there. I'm from the United Kingdom and have voted in every election since 2010. I live in Canada now though, and I can't actually vote here yet. I want to. Also, while you're down there in the comment section, why don't you like this video and share it with a friend? And for a bonus comment, why don't you let me know who you think should be president if anyone in the world could do it? Also, if you're not yet subscribed to Life's Biggest Questions, do so. Do it right now. Also, do stick around to the end of the video where I'll be reading out comments from a previous one. Okay, Michelle Obama. Well, firstly, when comparing her education to that of other presidential candidates, the woman actually stands up. She went very far in her life. She went to Princeton and Harvard Law School, Ivy League universities. She's an incredible public speaker, and she also has first-hand experience of life at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. But the thing is, Michelle Obama has stated on repeated occasions that she absolutely, categorically does not want to run for president. Bit of a problem. She couldn't have made this clearer in her interviews and in her reflections in her book, Becoming. If you haven't read it, I would definitely recommend it. In fact, she said, because people often ask, I'll say it here directly, I have no intention of running for office, ever. I've never been a fan of politics, and my experience over the last 10 years has done little to change that. So, I mean, I guess that's that, right? Should we stop this video now? Well, no, that isn't how it works, is it? We make the video anyway and use the power of our imaginations. If Michelle was pres, she would be a Democrat. This would mean a Democratic president, a Democratic House, but still a Republican majority Senate. In terms of policy, I imagine that two of President Michelle Obama's main concerns would be upholding and continuing Obamacare and repealing a few of Trump's foreign affairs decisions. The wall would be symbolic. She would want to tear that wall down. It's also likely that she would move to reinstate the rights of Dreamers, those on the receiving end of the DACA program that gave temporary protection to undocumented migrants who arrived in the US as children. During her work as First Lady, Michelle was focused on bettering the lives of those who live in poverty. She would likely increase spending for programs like the Supplemental Nutrition Assistant Program, formerly food stamps. She would fund food banks and put money into neighborhood stabilization funds. She would also likely fund job training and put money into income support. She would also likely advocate for women to have control over their reproductive destinies. If Michelle became president in 2020, then she would be the first female president of the United States and no doubt have the full support from Hillary Clinton, although I imagine that Miss Clinton would be understandably reflective on how and where it went wrong for her. Barack Obama would be the first ever first gentleman and the first partner to have ruled as president in a previous term. Some people would no doubt consider this an abuse of the political system in place, believing that Michelle is probably just a mouthpiece for her husband. The naysayers will often do anything to stamp on female achievement. Although, of course, if Michelle was president, it would put another strain on their marriage and family. They have been through this before, and they have now just regained their freedom. Michelle, in her book, movingly writes about the landmark moment that she was able to make a sandwich for herself again. So simple, but something she just couldn't do for 8 whole years. Malia and Sasha are older now and wouldn't have to live with their parents in the White House, but they likely wouldn't enjoy a return to life under the microscope. Also, where does the whole family that presidents end? Would it just be Michelle for pres? Why not later Sasha and Malia one day? But again, we really are missing the point here. Michelle does not want to be president. She has categorically stated this many, many times. While I'm sure she would be fantastic, it is a job that she simply doesn't want. She's doing an incredible job of being an author, a human rights advocate, a supporter of women, and a motivational speaker. Like she has said, she can make a bigger difference in her own way. That doesn't have to be in office. So perhaps rather than suggesting people for the next president of the United States, we should just leave the top job in America to someone who actually wants to do it. So, Michelle for Perez, what do you guys think? Personally, one, I'm sure she would be incredible. I really think that the woman wants a rest, and she is still making a difference without having to run a country. Imagine the stress. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Let me know what country you are from and how many times you have voted, and who is your ideal president if you could choose anyone in the world, living or dead. We like to have fun here.